analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused.
Every day I
belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all.
Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. News, events, and stories abound in the state system. ATN's appetite for in-depth, unbiased, and factual reportage is the driving principle for this program in order to bring government activities to the doorstep of the people. Let's go through the highlights of today's reports. In Rivers State, NSCDC uncovers new illegal refining sites. In Delta State, fresh tension rises between Okwama Ewu Okolo Ba. In Kano State, government purchases SUVs worth 2.6 billion naira for lawmakers. In Judiciary, CGN faults ethics of judicial officers. We will take a short break, and when we return, we go straight to the details. Stay tuned.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought a very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today. Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought a very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all.
Fought a very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody.
Welcome back. Now we dive into the details for today. Niger Delta Development Commission has once again come to the rescue of the people of Soko community in Akoko Toro local government area of Rivers State by providing relief materials to cushion the effects of the outbreak of cholera which affected lives in the community. Rivers State representatives in the NDDC board, Sir Tony Okocha, while presenting the palliative materials to Soko Council of Chiefs on behalf of the community, commended the people for their support and affirmed the outbreak of the cholera which was caused by bad water, when the Rivers State government raised concern over validity of the disease.
When we got your letter complaining to us that your community was at the bed of extinction by reason of a strange ailment, very dangerous and contagious one for that matter, cholera. We didn't waste our time at all to make a memo to the board and immediately approve. We immediately deployed our team to Soko
Chief Okocha, who also doubles as the chairman, APC Caretaker Committee in Rivers State, vowed that no NDDC projects under his watch in Rivers State will be abandoned. He called on the people of Soko to always support the administration of President Bola Tinubu, under whose renewed hope agenda gave birth to the 7th governing body of the NDDC. The NDDC representative in Rivers State, Chief Okocha, who urged the Soko Council of Chiefs to ensure the palliatives and relief materials are evenly distributed, also flagged up a portable pipe-borne water project in the area, which will be powered by solar.
A plea, or should I call the hues and cries of a people called Soko. That cry was loud, and the person who you sent to convey their concern to NDDC.
You have power with you. Why are you crying? Use that staff and touch that river.
Our correspondent reports that items delivered by the NDDC includes 400 bags of rice, 400 bags of beans, 200 cartons of noodles, 196 tubers of yam, toiletries, cooking items, 159 bags of gari, amongst others. The Nigerian Civil Defense Corps has arrested 9 individuals involved in oil theft at an illegal refinery complication. There's more news, but don't forget, you can connect with us and watch us on our socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. A fresh crisis is brewing between the Okwama Ewu community, Ugeli South Local Government Area, and Okoloba community, Bumadi Local Government Area, both in Delta State, over allegations of looting of property and farmlands. Torn apart by land disputes came into the public eye a few months ago when suspected gunmen killed 17 army personnel who reportedly were on a peace mission to the Okwama-Ewu on March 14. The military took over the Okwama-Ewu community on March 15 and vacated on May 8, following the intervention of Governor Sheriff Obuwari of the state. Residents of the community who took cover in the forests and starved for nearly 2 months returned on May 8 after the soldiers vacated their homeland. But since that day, it has been one crisis or the other. Reports from the area indicate that tension was building up between the two communities. Sources said unless the state government takes urgent steps, another crisis might break out between the warring neighbors. Women of Okwama-Ewu, clutching leaves, demonstrated in the community yesterday, accusing Okoloba women of digging, harvesting, and stealing cassava, potatoes, and peppers from their farms. They also accused Okoloba youths of laying siege to the waterways with guns, calling on President Bola Tinubu and Governor Obuwari to come to their aid. Leaders of Okwama-Ewu who spoke to newsmen said Okoloba was spying on them with drones. Governor Oti has ordered security agencies to ensure immediate rescue of 3 school children of same parents stolen by a motorcycle operator last week at Ikuano. Commissioner for Information Prince Oke Kano, who addressed newsmen on the outcome of the state's executive council meeting, said that the governor expressed grief over the disturbing incident. He said that the governor had personally called the parents of the victims and assured them that the state would not abandon them. The commissioner said that the governor had directed security agencies to fish out the cyclists and rescue the missing kids unhurt. Recall that the school kids were said to have visited their grandmother on their way from school, who later engaged the unknown motorcyclists to take them home. The cyclists later disappeared with the kids, and their whereabouts has remained unknown since then. Meanwhile, the commissioner disclosed that the government will inaugurate 5 newly completed roads during the week. The inauguration, according to him, is part of the activities lined up to commemorate the governor's 1 year in office. The affected roads include University Road, Green Avenue, Kent by Ehi Road, all in Aba, and the 6-lane Osa Road, Umahia, as well as the dual carriage Doziewe Umahia, renovated under direct labor. He said that Abia, in the past 1 year under Governor Oti, had witnessed tremendous transformation, adding that the governor will do more in the months ahead. He, however, added that the government would not be having any elaborate celebration, but a low-key activities to mark the event. According to him, it is a period of retrospection and focus on the future for the task ahead. He said the governor would hold town hall meetings in the 3 senatorial zones to engage with the grassroots to feel the pulse about his administration. Adding his voice, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Prince Uzo Wachuku, said that the Joint Accounts Allocation Committee, JAC, building abandoned by the past administration had been completed by Oti. He said that the multi-billion naira project will also be inaugurated before May 29. Responding to an inquiry, the commissioner said that the abandoned JAC building project was awarded in excess of 4 billion naira by the past administration. He explained that the current administration did not change the cost, but rearranged the same contractor handling the project and mobilized him to complete it. According to him, the current administration has injected 15 billion naira into the building project, besides the tarring and dualization of the road leading to the complex with a functional lift. He added that 33 kVA transformer had equally been installed and a generating set to ensure power supply. Prince Wachuku said that Oti was more interested in completing the project because of its importance to the state instead of going to begin a new one for vain glory. He noted that most political leaders rarely continue with projects initiated by their predecessors, but explained that Oti has always placed the interest of the people above politics. The Imo state government has said it will offset the bills of the accident victims hospitalized at the Federal University Teaching Hospital, Owerri. The deputy governor, Lady Chinyere Ekomaru, who represented Hope Uzodimma on a visit to the hospital, said the governor had shown compassion to the victims. The Chief Medical Director of Federal University Teaching Hospital, Owerri, Dr. Kingsley Achibu, said the timely evacuation of the victims from the accident scene helped a lot in saving their lives. Upon the arrival of victims to the hospital, immediate attention was given to them. Ekomaru and the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Nnamdi Anyahe, visited the hospital, relaying the promise of the governor to take care of the victims' bills. Newsmen had reported that an auto crash involving a truck and some commercial buses at the Imo State University Junction in Owerri led to the death of about 6 passengers, including a lecturer in the state university, Dr. Nitz Isimwa, and left many injured. The Rapid Response Squad, RRS, of the Police Command in Lagos State have begun a 24-hour bike patrol on the 3rd mainland bridge in Lagos. RRS made this known in a post it shared on its official X handle on Monday. It stated that the commander of RRS, CSP Olayinka Igbeyemi, had directed the squad's motorcycle riders to begin a 24-hour patrol on the 3rd mainland bridge. RRS said that ABMEs appealed to motorists and road users to cooperate with the riders so that they could serve them better. A man caught with 1,010 capsules of tramadol in Osun State, Woke Ifeanyi, was on Monday sentenced to 2 years jail term by a federal high court sitting in Osogbo. The illicit drug Ifeanyi had in his possession at the time he was caught along Bogan-Ibadan Expressway was said to be weighing up to 600 grams. The defendant was arraigned by the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency on May 15th, and he pleaded guilty to the charge bordering on illegal possession of illicit drugs. The judge, Justice Mashko Salisu, had adjourned until Monday to deliver judgment on the matter. During the trial, the prosecutor from the NDLEA, Olufemi Ijimakin, informed the court that Ifeanyi had in his possession 1,010 capsules weighing 600 grams of tramadol when he was apprehended. According to him, the offense committed was contrary to the provision of Section 19 of the NDLEA Act 2004. In his allocation, before the judge would deliver judgment on the matter, defense counsel Mr. Alfred Adegoke urged the court to tamper justice with mercy. Adegoke said his client was a first-time offender and assured that Ifeanyi would not engage in such acts again if treated with leniency. Delivering his judgments, Justice Salusi found the defendant guilty as charged, relying on admittance by him before the court and the statement he wrote during the interrogation by the NDLEA. The judge said the offense committed by the defendant attracts a minimum of 15 years jail term, but since he admitted committing the crime, Salusi sentenced him to 2 years imprisonment. The jail term, the judge said, will count from April 4th, when the defendant was arrested. NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi on Sunday, January 21st, 2024, said the agency had arrested the suspected owner of a consignment of tramadol concealed in a bottle of dietary supplements, which caused a commotion at the Moratala Mohammed Airport, Ikeja. An upper Sharia court sitting in Kanu yesterday ordered the remand of the principal suspect, Shafiu Abubakar, in connection of an arson attack on the mosque in Gadan village, Gezawa local government area of the state. The Kano state government, through the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Haruna Dederi, had arraigned Abubakar before the court on 3-count charges bordering on mischief by fire, causing grievous hurt and culpable homicide. Although the suspect pleaded guilty as charged, but the case could not continue because of lack of legal representation. The court presided over Halhal Latu Zakaria directed the Attorney General to provide the suspect with legal representation. The court ordered the remand of the suspect for 1 week and adjourned the case till May 31st, 2024. The Kano state government has confirmed that it's purchased 41 exotic sports utility vehicles, SUVs, for members of the state. The purchased SUVs are valued at 68 million naira each. The governor's chief of staff, Shehu Wada Sagagi, who confirmed the purchase, said the lawmakers are entitled to sound working. Newsman reports. Sagagi also confirmed the lawmakers have already taken possession of the SUVs, totaling about 2.6 billion naira. He stated considered the economic situation, directed that the contractor be made to understand the needs over some time. He stressed that the governor's action is for the rights and obligations of all tiers of government, adding he remains committed to the well-being of every arm of government and the people of the state in general. A ranking lawmaker who spoke to newsmen on condition of anonymity also defended the purchase of the SUVs. Speaking on the controversy trailing the purchase of the vehicles, he said, "Why are you making a on the purchase of new vehicles for lawmakers? Previous administrations in the state said, you're watching and public service reports on Atlantic television. This break.
From the line to the land on the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, social economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on us around the world. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Our lives are changed by history.
We are one, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today. Every day, our lives changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought a family.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Why you just a jack? Cause up and now.
I hope nobody got it. Hello.
Why you ask go?
Because this road where they see so you no guarantee safe delivery. Oh.
We just vote for government, but we will not get good government.
Stop.
Road light to Usa. The infrastructure uncle, we can't talk to be for being property.
Corruption. Quell everything. Hello.
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been your call.
Madam, remove this your phone.
Now my phone be like that. Hello.
Are you there?
I hear you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way too high now.
Madam, sorry, please don't call.
We found the laptop you said is 1.8 million naira for 600,000 naira.
Hello.
Now my body network there.
I can't hear you. Network is bad.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear you. We call you back.
Their behavior not good now.
Madam, now this kind behavior they kill our country. You suppose do things differently. Make Nigeria for better.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadehi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
I don't get a lot. Boy, they won't booga me small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say, nothing. Okay, now, we'll go block later. You remember that contract we will do that time now? They don't pay.
But first, you see the house rent with the old since. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap him.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shout beer now, how supposed to pay that one? You remember say me and tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy now.
Okay, ne. Then pay you money now. We don't they beg caretaker? Why would they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time? Money can't come now. You won't divert time. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadehi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Get ready as Morrison Communications Limited proudly presents Children's Day Celebration 2024
at La Small Hotel and Resorts, number 9, Room Calagbo off Waterlines, Basta, Port Harcourt. On Saturday, May 25th, starting at 8 a.m. Inter-school march past competition,
dance competition, drama competition. Parents, teachers, and children alike, don't miss out on the fun with Uncle Clown bouncing castle as we cut the Children's Day cake. Admission is just 2,000 naira per child. For participation and sponsorship opportunities, call us now 0806 673 8689 and 0810 634 1777.
This event is proudly sponsored by the Last Mall Hotel and Resort with Atlantic Television Network and 99.5 Wish FM Port Harcourt, Lesuka Event Center, Gate Place Hotel, 8 Ball Hotel and Lounge, Oma Studio, Osgia Table Water. Remember that every child is unique. See you there. This event is managed by Pace Expressions Arts.
Special guest appearance, Hilda Dokubo, Children's Day Celebration 2024.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honourable
you human trafficker.
Honourable
Welcome back to Government and Public Service Report on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory of CT, Mr. Nyesom Wike, says the Abuja Light Rail is ready for commercial operations. Wike, who stated this after inspecting the project in Abuja on Monday, added that $15 million, translating to more than 10 billion naira, was expended on the rehabilitation project. He assured FCT residents that the light rail, also known as the Abuja Metro Line, would be inaugurated by the President Bola Tinubu for commercial operations on May 27th. He said that Tinubu had the train station, there will be no need for the metro line. Otherwise, how will people from the various communities access the stations? Newsman reports that the project was originally designed to find concrete solution to transportation challenges and hold-ups in the FCT and its environs. The minister, who disclosed this while in a second visit to the station of the railway, said the stations are built with good facilities and access roads.
We are ready, and you can see the facilities, just that we're able to identify one or two things that are omitted during the design. But we believe that during the full operation, some of those things will be taken into consideration. Particularly, I believe that as a standard metro line, where the passengers will be waiting before they board the trains, they should be air conditioned. And then I also thought that some of the stations would have had an escalator or elevator, to probably those who are very old and those who may not have the strength to walk or to climb the staircases. So apart from that, I think we're happy with the work that has been done, and we believe Nigerians will be happy, particularly the residents of the FCT. Like you said, like we always say, without the access roads to the various stations, then there's no need for the metro line. Because how would people from the various communities access the stations when there are no access roads? But thank God we have seen the access roads, so you can just take your car, park in each of the stations you want, and then board the train, go to wherever you want to go, and come back and still take your vehicle and go back to wherever you live. So we're happy, very, very happy. I would thank God the promise President made.
Wike also said the cost of renovating and building of the railway stations was 5 billion naira.
So the same contract sum that did a dollar component and the naira components. I don't know where you got the sum of 5 billion naira. 2, I never said the operational cost was not. I said before we came that the federal government approved, the then former administration approved $128 million for the training of our people, for CC to train them for 20 negotiated with CCECC, and now it has been brought down to $75 million for the training of our people for 29 months. We have saved for the government not less than 53 million US dollars. I do know for the rehabilitation of this, as was awarded, it was not less than 15 million US dollars, and the Naira component, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the document here with me, so that when I quote it, they quote me rightly. If I'm not mistaken, it was not less than 10 billion Naira. All those have been paid. What we are doing now is additional works that were now added. So maybe if you are talking about additional works, is what you mean by 5 billion naira. Maybe you may be right, but not that the rehabilitation cost, as per when we came, was 5 billion. No. So just get that fact.
The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, has faulted the work ethics of some judicial officers as he decried some questionable judgments delivered and the manner in which interlocutory orders are used. This was as he vowed to bequeath a robust and prosperous judiciary before his retirement in August of this year. The CGN made this known as he delivered a keynote address on Monday at the Court of Appeal in a 2-day workshop for the review of the 2023 election petition tribunals and court and appeals held in Abuja. The CJN fumed that the actions of some judicial officers tend to make a mockery of the country's judicial system, and those found guilty of this will not be left unpunished. He warned judicial officers against conduct considered unbecoming of judicial officers. He threatened that anyone who conducts themselves in this manner will not only be shown the way out, but will equally be made to face the consequences. The President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Monica Dombagan Mensem, emphasized that exercise is important and that the job of the 2023 election tribunal judges was a difficult and challenging task. She added that a huge number of judges was taken out of the judicial system and dedicated to the electoral process. She called for corrections in the Nigerian constitution and the electoral laws. She listed some areas that would require legislative review in preparation for the 2027 general elections, including Section 187 of the Nigerian Constitution, 1999, and Sections 233 and 246, and Paragraph 285 of the Electoral Act 2022. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, commended the review exercise as he noted that the judiciary plays a stabilizing role in the nation's electoral process. He emphasized that the workshop is very vital to Nigeria's democracy as it offers a platform to review the strengths and challenges of judicial proceedings associated with the last electoral cycle. The long-awaited student loan program will take off on Friday with 1.2 million students in federal tertiary institutions across the country. The Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Akintunde Sawyer, has said. Sawyer, who spoke at the pre-application sensitization press conference in Abuja on Monday, said 1.2 million students in federal universities, polytechnics, colleges of education, and technical colleges would benefit from the first phase. Data obtained from the National Universities Commission website indicated that the nation has 226 federal tertiary institutions comprising 62 universities, 41 polytechnics, 96 monotechnics, and 27 colleges of education. President signed on April 3rd Student Loans Access to Higher Education Act, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2024 into law. The assent was sequel to the separate considerations by both the Senate and the House of Representatives of the report of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and the Tertiary Education Trust Fund. The executive bill, titled A Bill for an Act to Repeal the Student Loans Access to Higher Education Act 2023 and enacts the Student Loans Access to Higher Education Bill 2004 to establish the Nigerian Education Loan Fund as a body corporate to receive, manage, and invest funds to provide loans to Nigerians for higher education, vocational training, and skill acquisition, and related matters, was signed in the presence of the leadership of the National Assembly, ministers, and major stakeholders of education. The Act empowers the Nigerian Education Loan Fund to provide loans to qualified Nigerian students for tuition, fees, charges, and upkeep during their studies in the approved public tertiary institutions and vocational and skill acquisition establishments in the country. The new law, which repealed the Student Loan Act 2023, removed the family income threshold so students can apply for loans and accept responsibility for according to the fund's guidelines. Speaking after he signed the bill, Tinubu said no Nigerian national identity number and bank verification number as well as completed application forms from its website. One of the key features of the program, he stressed, is the absence of physical contact between the loan applicant and NEL fund. According to him, the portal provides a user-friendly interface for students to submit their loan applications conveniently. He encouraged students in federal tertiary institutions to take advantage of the opportunity to secure the required financial assistance for their education, even as he urged the applicants to submit their applications as soon as possible to ensure timely offices by state officials, urging suburbs financial officers to uphold integrity and resist such pressures to avoid compromising standards. Highlighting the mandate of UBEC and suburbs in implementing the Universal Basic Education Program, Boboyi stressed the importance of a robust accounting system to ensure the judicious use of government funds. He stressed the imperative of fidelity to accountability regarding the management of the federal government's UBE intervention fund. To achieve these objectives, continuous enhancement of professional competence among UBEC and suburb staff is necessary, he noted. Boboyi lamented that despite previous training efforts, there has been limited improvements in financial practices. He cited findings from regular quarterly financial monitoring by UBEC, which revealed poor record keeping and infractions against established guidelines. He explained that of area agriculture quarantine services. Additionally, NAFDA collaborated with the CBN Trade and Exchange Department, which houses a Nigerian export supervision scheme. Additionally, NAFDA collaborated The workshop was titled Achieving Sustainable Exports of Regulated Products, The Imperatives, to review that the previous and perennial state of international rejection of Nigerian exports had been attributed to the gross absence of negligence of the regulatory supervision in the areas of food safety and quality, the evasion of rejection of statutory stipulations of minimum requirements for products quality, packaging and storage conditions for shipping of regulated products in international commerce, to mention a few. Adeyeye added that NAFDAC licenses would be a requirement for the issuance of Form ENXP for regulated products. She noted that it became necessary to regulate and automate the export process because, while other countries promoted export trade in commodities where they have a comparative advantage, Nigeria had neglected this opportunity. This neglect has led to the rejection of its exports and the country remaining a net importer of nearly all goods. She explained that NAFDAC's statutory export regulation was in the process of being gazetted and that the in-country regulatory infrastructure was also being strengthened. Going forward, we are determined to challenge the status quo, and we request the support and goodwill of well-meaning exporters to cooperate with us in this endeavor. Director of Southwest Regional NEPC Akintunde Folorunso emphasized that there was a need to conform to best practices. Director, Ports Inspection, NAFDAC Abimbola Adeboye, maintained that the reason for this workshop is to make an effort at revamping the export process of Nigeria and NAFDAC-regulated products in the international market. Leaders of the Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, counterparts have put the civil society allies on notice over their planned industrial action should government fail to reverse the hike in electricity tariff and conclude the minimum wage by May 31st. In a joint communique issued today, leaders of the two Labour centres gave the federal government and National Electricity Commission, Regulatory Commission, NERC, month ending to reverse the hike. This came as they reiterated a May 31st ultimatum for government to conclude the new minimum wage or face a national strike.